starts off with drums, 4 bars at the top. So let's just play them on the downbeat right now. Here's the chords. Back to the G. Here comes A minor. Now I'm going to add some piano here. That piano is kind of in the background. Okay, now we go to the B section. Okay, so that's how that progression sounds. Now, you'll notice that I used the same chords over and over again just for our purposes in our demonstration. In reality, I'd probably mix up the types of chords I would play for this progression if I were on a gig or if I were in a situation where I'm trying to make it interesting. Although there's nothing wrong with doing it the way that I did it. I'm just saying, I'm explaining why I would use one over another way. Sometimes you want to be real consistent with your voicings and not jump all over the neck and create low register sounds and high register sounds. Or someone might be playing with you where they're playing the low chords and you want to stay out of their way, so you stick to the higher chords. Okay? So let's examine that possibility too. Let's talk about, first of all, just the technique of maybe using some different types of rhythms for this progression. Maybe we could play at the beginning of the progression. Why don't we keep it real simple? Maybe like that. Okay, that sounds pretty good, right? Just gives it a little sparse rhythm, but it's decisive and it sounds consistent, right? Remember now, to only attack the strings or focus on the strings where you're sounding them. You don't want anything to do with these bottom strings, okay? So be real careful and conscious of that. When the piano comes in here, on the next 8 measures, you'll hear a little bit more activity. And I did that. I wanted to show you how maybe these chords would sound with another instrument. Okay, so there's a low piano sound in there. So maybe you want to maybe arpeggiate the chords, which would simply mean just break up the notes in a single note fashion, maybe. Instead of strumming them with a rhythm, maybe just, let's see how that would sound against our piano, because sometimes you want to explore other possibilities of rhythm. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It defines the sound between the piano and the guitar very clearly. So at the beginning, we'll do more of a strum. Right? When the piano comes in, we'll come in. So we'll separate the sound from the piano part. Okay? And then when we walk up the diatonic scale, when we go 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, we'll get back into a straight strum. In this case, we'll just kind of accent the chords walking up. We're just going to stick with straight downbeats there. Okay? So we'll have beginning. And then we'll have arpeggios. In fact, I'll write that down. Arpeggios, second time, and I'll put straight quarter notes through this section. Okay? And then finally, on the last section, when we get into the little chorus of my progression, and that's further on down the progression here. Let's hear what the piano does here, so we kind of get a feel for what's going to work. Here we are coming up, so let's hear what happens. Maybe what would be good there is just on the 2 and the 4, we'll just go. Real short, choppy attacks right there, just like that typical Motown thing. Sometimes, that's why these chords are so great for this stuff, because they just deal with the top 4 strings of the guitar, and they keep it real short and choppy, and they don't have the lower end frequencies that can muddy things up. They're real good for just choppy chords. Okay, so let's put it all together now and see how this would sound. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drums, please. Here's a little bit of rhythm. Arpeggios. Okay, quarter notes. Drums, please. Back to the top. Oops. That was if we would repeat it. Okay, but that's the idea there with that progression, is to play 3 distinct different parts. We've got a rhythm at the beginning, the first time through. We've got arpeggios with the same chords, the second time through. Then we do straight quarter notes with the same chords on the pre-chorus, and then on the chorus we just simply stick to 2 and 4. And that's the way that you can get a lot of variety out of seemingly the same chords over and over again by just using different rhythm placements. Okay? So let's put the repeat in there where it's supposed to go, and let's try it again. Here we go. Drums, please. Here we go. Arpeggios. Quarter notes. Drums, please. Back to the top. we have it. That's our little Motown group. Hope you've had a good time in this lesson and you've learned how important a simple chord scale progression can be. I'm going to turn that off so I don't have to scream. Okay? So once again, when we learn more varieties of chord voicings, we're going to be able to connect them in a more melodic and creative way. So practice hard on this progression right now, and I'll see you in the next lesson, and we'll have some more fun. I'll talk to you later. Dave Hills signing off.